Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bella. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. That was really, really pretty. Good job, guys. I'm excited to get to celebrate Bella's birthday this way. This is very cool. We don't have a huge amount of time for questions, and I want to get to as many as possible. So I'm going to really quickly go through some that I've been getting frequently, and then we can skip those. Okay, number one, and most importantly, I am not going to tell you anything about what happens in the next book. Okay? And if you phrase your question just so obscurely that you think you're going to trick me, it's not going to work. So even if you ask, what would happen if a mermaid got bitten by a vampire? No dice, guys. Nothing speculative. No. Okay, number two, Jacob has not imprinted on anybody. Number three, the movie is still in the option period. They're working on the script right now, but I don't have any dates or actors or anything like that. And I know there's a fourth one. Oh, yes. If you ask me which is my favorite character, that is the same as ask me which is my favorite child, and I cannot answer that question. Okay, so with those out of the way, let's get to some new questions that you guys have about the series. All right, in the blue, in the back, yes.
Is the colors for all different dinner foods?
I've been on the road for 5 days. I'm still on Pacific time in my head, and there's no way I'm going to be able to come up with something like that right now. Sorry, let's do things I know the answers to. Okay, in the back, the boy. Yes.
The boy.
What do the covers mean? Okay, the covers don't always mean something. Writers don't get to pick their covers every time. Sometimes they never do. I've been lucky. With the first cover, I did have a lot of input. And for me, it's about the idea of having a choice. Whether you want to involve yourself with something or not. You know, the apple looks in the cover, it looks like an offer to me, or like an offer that's just been accepted. And I like that idea of, you know, are you going to bite in? And of course, there's all those lovely stories about apples that get you into a whole lot of trouble, like Snow White and Adam and Eve. There's one right there. With the second book, I had no input at all into the cover, and so it really doesn't mean much to me. But book 3, I did get to say some things about it, and I was really excited with how it turned out. And for me, it's about the idea of trying to break away from your life and thinking maybe you could just cut that thread, you know, move on. But it's not that easy. And there's all those threads that won't break and the things you can't leave behind. And Eclipse is really an exploration of that for me. So that's why the covers look the way they do when I have a say. Okay, right over here.
Do you have any plans on writing any fiction for your adult audience?
Fiction for an adult audience. Well, let me explain what the word adult means to a YA writer. The word adult means a book like Pride and Prejudice or, you know, Jane Eyre. It's a book that's for a mainstream audience and it won't be on the YA shelves. And my first book that is for an adult audience comes out in May. So it's called The Host, and I don't think we have an exact date yet, but I'm pretty excited about it. My big worry is I really liked it. I actually it's my dad and my little sister's favorite. They think it's better than anything else. But my worry is that you guys are going to pick this up and you're going to start flipping through and going, okay, wait a minute, where's Edward? Hold on. No, Edward, you're flip to the end. I don't see Edward's name in here anywhere. I'm not reading this. So hopefully you'll give you know, Ian and Jared a chance too, because I like them a lot. Okay, let's see, in the stripes. She's asking about, for those who can't hear, the other Cullen stories that haven't been told. This is the thing when you write books that are over 600 pages long. Your editors get really upset if you start putting in stories that, while very interesting to me, might not forward the story at all. So I got to tell stories that had something to do immediately with the plot. Rosalie had a reason for her that we needed to hear, that Bella needed to hear, so we heard her story. Same with Jasper. I don't foresee a point in time that we're really going to get into Emmett's story because it's pretty straightforward. It sort of is what it is. I mean, there's that little clip from Emmett's story that's on my website. But other than that, I don't know. Maybe someday I'll go back and write prequels, but I can't promise anything. The other characters, if the story's pretty straightforward, you know, almost eaten by a bear. There's no real point to getting into it for me. It's good fluff, but you need something that's about the plot, so probably not. Okay, and the black t-shirt.